Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm here in my fish room, and I'm gonna go ahead and show off my breeding for profit tanks. I know it's a little messy out here, but just bear with me, and I'm gonna go ahead and show off all these tanks. So the first tank, or as I like to call it, the top left tank, um, they're all 40 breeders. We have the Snow White Plecos. These are all grow outs for future breeding projects. They are almost breeding size actually right now. Um, See one on the cave right there. This one right here is, I believe, a male, and he's starting to get bristles. And then we have some, I think, smaller females over here, hopefully. I also have 5 or 6 purple rasboras. Are actually, any fish that you see in the tanks, they were like the original fish in the tanks, and basically I used them to cycle the tanks, and then once the tanks were cycled, I added the plecos. So I just keep them in there as dither fish, and it seems to make the plecos like feel more safe because fish are swimming around, and usually they wouldn't be doing that if predators. So if you have a tank where like your plecos are not very active, maybe try adding some dither fish of some sort. And it can be just tetras or whatever, like obviously non-aggressive fish, and maybe they'll come out more. So this is tank number 2, on the bottom of the Snow White tank, still 40 breeder. They're all scaped a little differently. I like to use a lot of live plants because it helps reduce the nitrates. Otherwise, I'd probably be doing water changes like every other day. I actually just only have to do them once a week, and the nitrates stay pretty much below 20 because of all the live plants. So in this tank, we have the lemon blue eyes. Really beautiful pleco, kind of underrated. These are almost breeding size. These were juveniles that we picked up. This is actually technically my wife's tank. She picked up these lemon blue eyes. We also have some of our Sturbe Corydoras grow outs, which is right there. He's just a baby. And then we have my wife's Santa Maria Endlers in here, which we have a lot of them. They've been breeding pretty good. This is what the males look like right here. If I can get it to focus. It's a really pretty fish, actually. There we go. Really pretty fish. The females, obviously, you know, just like endlers and guppies, don't look like much, but the males are really pretty looking, and the lemon blue eyes are really a great fish. So now we have middle top tank. This will be the third one. This tank is just really all over the place. I actually bought this piece of driftwood, and it had this moss all over it. But the Corys really love it, and this is the Cory grow out tank. Well, it's really the breeding tank. Like that's an adult right there on the Rapashi. This is another adult. And then there are some juveniles in here because we can't collect all the eggs because some of it gets in the moss. And so there are some juveniles in here. And then the rest are 24 karat guppies. So they will actually be available pretty soon to order, and they will be for sale. Because these are obviously the adults, the bigger ones. And then look how beautiful they are. They're really pretty fish. Just the way the light hits them, and they're just really, really nice fish. We obviously have a lot of fry, and then we have like ram's horn snails in here too. We're not necessarily breeding them. We got 1 or 2, and now there's tons of them. So that's that. This is tank number 4. It's right below the previous tank. It is super red bristlenose grow outs. And these are actually my 2nd generation super reds. They came from my spawning pair, which is in my 125, which is in my living room. And they are almost breeding size. The males are starting to get the bristles right here. I believe this is a male based off the side bristles. Definitely have some females in there. I have 7 of them. I had around 30 and I sold the rest. My aquarium co-op sticker here. And the rest are panda guppies, and they're actually really pretty fish. These are the males right here. We have obviously a lot of them. This is kind of like what I like to do for breeding the plecos. They really love this. They have one of their babies in there still because I couldn't get them all out. And this is definitely one of my favorite tanks. So this would be the 5th tank, which is the one all the way on the right on the top. And these are actually very new additions, so you might not see much of them in this video. These are lemon tetras, which are actually super underrated tetra in my opinion. Like, they don't look like much in the store, but they're actually like super active. They're very pretty. Like, the males have like the black finnage as well with the red eyes. Really cool. And then this is absolutely my favorite pleco right now that I have. It's the peppermint bristlenose. Let's see if I can get some sort of video of them. He's on the zucchini right there, but they're very shy right now. I've only had them for about a week. There's one on the underside. You can see the white on his tail right there. But they're very shy because I've only had them for around a week. And maybe I can add in some footage or some pictures. So this is the last tank. It's on the bottom of the peppermint and lemon tank. And it's just a grow out tank right now. I have a project that I'm building right now for 420 longs. That's going to be my grow out tanks because I'd like to save the 40s for the breeders. Because then that way you can put like 2 or 3 pairs in the 40s. You can really only put 1 pair in the 20 longs, and even then it's not really optimal for the plecos. So, but it's great for growing them out. As you can see there, right now I have, the only fry I have right now is super reds. You can see they're just all over the place in this tank. I think I have around 30. I'd say they're close to an inch right now. The smallest I will sell plecos is 1.5 inches. And then you do see some little ones swimming around. And I actually believe that these are albino and albino and green tiger barb fry. It seems crazy, but I had tiger barbs, albinos, and the greens in here to cycle this tank, and then I gave them to a friend who keeps them. And from what I've read, you'll never get fry while the parents are in there because they eat them. But I think since I removed all the adult tiger barbs, I think they had laid eggs, I guess, and they hatched because they weren't in there to eat them. And I believe that's what all of these fry are. So that'd be interesting to see what they are once they grow out. And obviously I'm just gonna leave them alone and I'll sell them or donate them once they grow up.